Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Yura and we are back in Rush Duel Links for yet another deck profile because I cannot get enough of this format and this box because I won't lie, I'm kind of a sucker for contact fusions. These are really fun to play around with. I have really been loving this format. It's just been a blast. I am so happy that I'm back to playing Rush. I love Rush. I will do everything in my power to show this format, even though it is stuck in the nightmare game Duel Links. Just because it's so much fun to play with, and despite it being in Duel Links, Rush is a lot easier to get into than normal speed. Today we're talking about GRADIUS, the other contact fusion deck in the box other than Neos, and I adore this deck and the things that it brings to the table. So GRADIUS is a series of light machines. I think they're all level 4, except for the option tokens, which are level 1, and they all revolve around functionally just dumping a bunch of monsters into the graveyard and then turning themselves into GRADIUS, or just being the vanilla itself, and then contact fusing away GRADIUS names with option token names. Not option tokens, the GRADIUS option names. I'm used to Speed Duel where there's actual option tokens. But Multiple and GRADIUS option are both GRADIUS option. Lord British Space Fighter Retrain, Vic Viper Beginning, Vic Viper Sped Bomb. I can't pronounce Vic Viper properly. They all turn themselves into GRADIUS for contact fusions like Vic Viper Ripple Laser, or the 3 Vic Viper full customs we get from the skill, and also nothing else that this skill does. This skill does one thing, and it is add Vic Viper full custom to the extra deck. That's it. And honestly, shockingly, it's kind of all it needs to do. While this deck is maybe the weakest decks from the new box, just because Bubble Actress is like actually a competent deck, despite the fact that I think it's kind of boring. And Neos is just like, it's fine. Neos is fine. It's a good deck. It's got hero tools and stuff. Can kill your opponent out of nowhere. But like, GRADIUS is kind of weird. It's definitely a strong deck. It is a deck that literally just released in the OCG. It's like very new. So giving it an actual skill would have probably been too much, but giving it its current skill is maybe not enough to compete with the actual consistency that the rest of the field has. That said, it is still definitely cog-worthy, and it's just so much fun. It's so fun. And to me, that kind of dwarfs the fact that it does not have a broken skill, just because I love playing it. It's so sick. So as per usual with my deck profiles, I'm going to kind of go top to bottom. We're going to start at the skill, which there isn't really much to cover this time. It does nothing. The skill does nothing. And then I'll go through the card by card and the kind of key pieces that actually make the deck tick. So starting off, Super Dimensional Fighter Launch is maybe the shortest skill I've ever had to cover in the history of my entire channel. Super Dimensional Fighter Launch reads, for having at the beginning of the duel 15 or more machine type monsters with 800 defense, you can add 3 Vic Viper full custom to your extra deck. That's it. That's all it does. Nothing else. No piercing, no attack boost, no consistency. Just this. That's it. That's all it needs, really. Vic Viper full custom is also a card that does not have a lot of text on it. It is just a contact fusion between GRADIUS and 2 GRADIUS options. No requirement on its effect because it's continuous, and it can't be destroyed by card effects, and it deals piercing. That's it. Maybe, like, straight up, maybe the simplest skill in the entire game. I don't know if there's anything else that beats it. Not only is the skill kind of nothing, the card that you get is also extremely simple. So, that's what we have to work with. And honestly, the rest of the deck kind of makes up for it. So there's a couple of cards in here that play well out of the graveyard, which is great because we do a lot of self-milling. We have a bunch of consistency pieces. We have power cards. We have like battle position changing. We have spell trap removal. This deck rocks. We also get to play the new legend card, Freed the Brave Wanderer, who is just so phenomenal in this deck specifically because we have a bunch of light monsters that are going to be going to the grave because a lot of our cards require us to send either monsters from our hand to the graveyard, or we just mill them off the top of the deck with things like GRADIUS option or multiple or the Ripple Laser. There are so many cool things this deck can do, but we're going to start with the graveyard recursion tools just because I think they are kind of the main ways that this deck actually gets to continue playing the game past a general turn 1. So Super Dimensional Lord British Space Fighter is probably one of your best cards in the deck. For a requirement, you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and this turn, this card's name becomes Gradius. You're going to see that effect a lot. Then you can special summon a Gradius option from your graveyard face up to your field. This turn, you can only attack with machine-type monsters with 800 original defense. So this does lock you out of attacking with Freed the Brave Wanderer. That doesn't really matter that much because Freed is just going to be like, his attack is functionally going to be him popping a monster. It is fine. Super Dimensional Lord British Space Fighter will get us either our Gradius option out of the graveyard or multiple out of the graveyard because it becomes Gradius option while in the hand or graveyard. I don't think that hand matters too much except for exactly power meter, but we'll get there when we get there. Already kind of covered Freed. Freed is place 2 light attribute monsters from your graveyard on the bottom of the deck in any order, and then you can destroy a face-up monster on the field with higher attack than this card. Most of the time, if you're going for a big push, specifically through like Lord British, you won't really be able to attack with it. So it depends on the hand, really, if Freed gets to attack or not. 1700 is a really solid stat line on a 4-star monster, but like the effect is where it really shines. We're on 1 Cyber Serpent. I have gone through so many different ratios of Cyber Serpent over the course of trying to play this deck. I started at 3, then I went to 2, then I went back to 3, then I went back to 2, then I went to 1, and it has stayed at 1. This card is so weird to figure out in this deck because on paper, it's really, really good. Cyber Serpent reads, if you have another face-up light attribute machine type monster on your field, we play so many of those, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, we love self-milling, and then if 2 or more light attribute machine type monsters were sent to the graveyard by this effect, you can also draw a card. It's card advantage too. Here's the problem. We can't do anything if our board is full of Cyber Serpents. And we don't have a lot of consistent ways of getting it off the board unless you very specifically find Vic Viper Beginning, which is a limit 2, or Vic Viper Spread Bomb. So that's 5 cards in 30 to like make this work. And more often than not, I have just found Cyber Serpent in scenarios where I needed like any other card. So it's really solid for getting your plays going. But if you find it later, it's kind of whatever. It's just like, I don't know. It is so hard to say we should cut this card in favor of something else, but like, it's a weird card to figure out. I'm going to be completely honest. It is very strange. There's a very likely chance that like 2 is more optimal or maybe even 3, but I have been liking 1, so I'm going to keep it at 1. Vic Viper Beginning is the other graveyard recursion tool, and it is phenomenal. For a requirement of paying 100 life points, this turn, this card's name becomes Gradius. Then you can send up to 2 other monsters from your hand or field to the graveyard. If you send a monster to the graveyard, you can special summon Gradius option from your graveyard to your field of face-up defense position equal to the number of monsters sent to the graveyard by this effect. Very important thing with this card. This works the same way as any other effect that reborns multiple monsters out of the graveyard in Yu-Gi-Oh! Works. If you have 1 space open on your board and you send 2 monsters, you do not get the reborn. It has to be equal to. It's not up to. So just be very careful when you're activating this and keep an eye on your zone management because this will bite you in the butt if you're not careful. I have run into this multiple times because I am very bad at this game, but don't get got like me. Be better. Be better than me. We've also got Vic Viper Spread Bomb, which is our spell trap removal for the deck. Spread Bomb reads, send a other monster from your hand or field to the graveyard. This turn, this card's name becomes Gradius. Then you can destroy a spell trap card on your opponent's field. This turn, you can only attack with machine type monster with 800 original defense. So this is the other card that locks you out of attacking with Freed. And Spread Bomb is phenomenal. It is so good. It puts the pressure on your opponent to activate a Shiny Shady that would be otherwise unoptimal. You can also bait out things like Compulse or Trap Hole just because Spread Bomb will like put them on edge. It feels really solid. The other benefit of Spread Bomb is if you do end up getting Shiny Shadied on like what would otherwise be a Contact Fusion play, if you summon Spread Bomb, you can clear your board a little bit by sending something that got flipped face down, and then you can continue playing by just normal summoning another option or a multiple to make an actual Contact Fusion. This deck has a lot of ways of playing through trap cards. That said, if you play your turns wrong, you will get owned by Shady, and I have been on the receiving end of that a lot. Onto the actual option cards that we will be using for our contact fusions. Gradius Option is a level 1 light machine that reads, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, choose a face-up level 4 light attribute machine type monster with 800 original defense on your field, and this card gains attack equal to the chosen monster's original attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. This card can get absolutely massive because it can copy things like Full Custom to make it 3200 or Ripple Laser to make it 25. This card can get really out of hand really fast and is one of the really easy ways of going for a very quick game push if you just manage to get a Full Custom out and you could just normal summon this guy. We also have Multiple, which is also Gradius Option while in the hand of the graveyard, as already said. And for the requirement of sending the top card of your deck to the graveyard, this turn this card's name becomes Gradius Option while in the field. If you have a face-up monster whose original name is Super Dimensional Lord British Space Fighter on your field, you can also change the battle position of one monster on your opponent's field. Multiple is a really solid for pushing through set 3 pass, as is Full Custom, but I love this card. It is so nice to be able to go like Lord British, reborn the multiple change something, and then go into Ripple Laser to just punch in for a decent chunk of damage. We're also on 3 copies of the Vanilla Gradius, mainly for Power Capsule Red purposes, but we'll get to that in a moment. Gradius it's literally just like a vanilla. It's a vanilla with 1200 attack and 800 defense, and it's named Gradius. That's it. That's all it is. Our legend spell of choice is Pot of Avarice. I don't think this card needs much introduction. It's really solid. You could, in theory, play Pot of Greed in this slot and then like swap the legend trap for something else, but I really like Compulse here. I love Compulse in this slot, so I want to play Avarice because we're going to be milling a bunch of cards into the graveyard anyway, so it feels fine. Same kind of goes for Over Rush Storm. This could be Ghost Cyclone or like Barrage of Steel if you really want to. I do really want to try Over Rush Storm just because it's new and I want to give it like its time in the sun. But this could very easily just go back to Barrage of Steel, which I was on before. In lieu of having consistency in our skill, we have Power Capsule Red, which is a phenomenal spell card. This lets us excavate the top 4 cards of our deck and show them. Then we can add up to 1 each Gradius and a light attribute machine type effect monster with 800 defense to our hand. Then place the other cards on the bottom of the deck in any order. So this functionally will most of the time get us just 1 add. It'll either be like one of our Gradius replacers or an option. Sometimes you find option plus Gradius or like Gradius name plus Gradius, but it's 3 and 30. It's not always going to happen, even though you are excavating 4. And the last spell in the deck we're on is Power Meter. This card is awesome. It is both Graveyard Recursion and a fusion spell in the same card, so long as we have Power Capsule Red in the graveyard. Specifically, this card reads, place a face-up monster from your field on the bottom of the owner's deck. Then you can add a light attribute machine type monster with 800 defense from your graveyard to your hand. And if you have Power Capsule Red in your graveyard, you can also fusion summon a level 4 machine type monster with 800 defense by sending monsters from your hand or field to the graveyard as material. This is a really solid way of making a late game Full Custom without actually needing to set up your field for it because you can just use the monsters in your hand. It's really fun to pull off. But we're only on 1 because finding this card early it does nothing at all. It does literally zip. As for the traps, we're on the kind of like, I don't want to say like set in stone trap lineup, but it is a pretty common trap lineup of Legend Trap and 3 Shiny Shady. Shiny Shady is just a phenomenal card. I don't think I would ever swap this card out in the current format. It is so good. I've seen a couple of decks on Executing Writing, but I don't think that really fits super well here. Maybe we can like Reborn Ripple Laser and that's fine, but meh. I like Shady a lot. We're on the Compulse, as I've already mentioned, as our Legend Trap. This card is just phenomenal. It is one of the best trap cards in the entire format, and I don't want to run Trap Hole right now. I'm going to be honest. I know Trap Hole is good. Trap Hole is good. It is a good card in the current format, but I want to run Compulse. As for the extra deck, the only thing that matters here is the Ripple Laser. We're only on the Cyber Dragon fusions here just because I want an 8-card extra deck for no reason in particular. I just kind of want to. But Vic Viper Ripple Laser is going to be the main fusion that we're going to be making. It takes a Gradius and a Gradius option, and it can be Contact Fusion. For no requirement, we can set the top 2 cards of our deck to the graveyard. Then we can make up to 2 face-up monsters on your opponent's field, lose 800 attack until the end of this turn. The fact that you can make this card so quickly and so easily makes it genuinely phenomenal. It is not uncommon to end on a board of like 2 of this and like an option token that's also 2500 or just a random Vic Viper that's just kind of sitting around and then punch in for a bunch of damage. This card rocks. I love it so much. It also can be recycled into the deck with Overrush Storm, which is one of the reasons we're on it. Same with Pot of Avarice, so we don't ever run out of Ripple Lasers, because you can make so many Ripple Lasers in this deck. So many of the cards in this deck functionally just read, make Ripple Laser, and that rules. But with all that said, I've yapped quite long enough. Let's see it in action. All right, into Emi. I assume this is the Bubble Actress deck, which I've been seeing a lot of on ladder. Oh, I don't have a field. It's like, oh well. Wow, this hand sucks ass. That might fix it. Probably not. This hand is really bad. Finding 2 late game cards early is not ideal. That helps. That helps significantly. So we're going to go the Gradius here alongside the Spread Bomb. Trying to think what I end on here. Because I'm gonna have to set these 2. I think the play is probably just to go like make Ripple Laser here. Oh, I'll send a thing to the graveyard. That sucks. We'll make a Ripple Laser and then set 2 and then pass it back. I know this deck tends to play... I think it tends to play 1 Hydration and like... I think it's 3 Ghost Cyclones, so we'll see. I do not have a lot of faith that these spell cards are going to make it to the turn, but I do kind of have to set them just to get more cards into my grip going next. They're going to reveal Dying Cat of the Cure Prodigy in order to... What is it? Like discard something and add 2? Add Rainopolis... Add to 2 miss and then discard 1, right? Yeah, then discard the Rainopolis, which means they probably have Nuvia the Mischievous. All right, they're going to Rising Light our Spread Bomb up. We draw into the Shady. I would have loved to see that last turn. Down comes to 2 miss. And there's the Nuvia. Yep. Nuvia is going to activate once they get 3 on the board. They have 2 Nuvias. That's really bad for us. They're going to get to add this Rainopolis to their hand and then boost their guys up by 400 total. And the Rainopolis is going to make them even bigger, too. So we're losing our entire board here, but there's a very real chance that we're not going to lose our back row, which actually does matter. Here's Dying Keto. This Keto card is really, really good, by the way. Just being able to draw a card for basically free is really solid. They milled their Hydration, which is really nice. I don't think they tend to play 2. Oh, Overrush Storm. Okay, so we're going to lose something here. I really hope it's the Power Meter. Okay, that's good. Set 1, set 2, and they're swinging it. Okay, so we are losing the full board, but we don't take that much damage. And we do have a Lord British Space Fighter set up with multiple, so this is maybe something that we can actually play through. It's not great. That's really not great. All right, let's go Lord British. They do have something. It's probably Shiny Shady. I assume they're going to activate it here. Let's go multiple. This is Shady, right? Surely. Okay. Let's go multiple. We're going to change the Dying Keto just so I can guarantee get over it. Now how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to go Ripple Laser here. See if they hit this one. I actually would really like them to Shady this. Okay, thank God. There's the last card in their hand. Are they going to set one of their own? The Nuvia. Okay. That actually means we can get over the Nuvia. So we're going to go second Lord British here. Another Overrush Storm. That's not what we want to say. Gradius option is going to send another monster. We're going to go here. And then we're going to Ripple Laser again. So we can't clear their full board, but we can clear the things that I'm most afraid of. So we'll hit you and you. We can actually Avarice now, which I do very much appreciate. All right, so these all go back. A Power Capsule Red's not bad. Shady, multiple, option, multiple. Okay. I think the answer is probably option. And then we'll return these 3. The problem here is I just have a million cards in my hand. And that's not exactly ideal. We want the Freed. That sucks. All right. So I'm going to swing in. Part of me wants to hit this Nuvia, but it actually isn't doing that much. It's just so hard for me to want to like keep this. I think I have to kill the Nuvia. It means I don't get any damage off, but does that matter? It probably does. I'm going to lose my board anyway. Oh, is it negate attack? Oh, if it's a negate attack, that's really bad. Okay, I don't know what that is. This Shady is going to have to do a lot of work. We know that back row is live. So it could be... My thought is like it's some random battle trick, like the barrier or something. Oh, you know what it could be? It could be that that new Aqua Trap. Dying Cat of the Food Prodigy. Can't speak. Add Mystical Sandbox and Mystical Sandbox. Here's Nuvia. Cornful Charity comes down. This card is really funny. So choosing when I Shady here is going to be kind of weird. It's also going to suck if they have a second... Because there's a very real chance they just have multiple tributes in their hand. So if I Shady at the wrong time, I'm just kind of dead. If this is Hydration, that's also bad. I think they're just going to go double Nuvia. I do know they have at least a tribute in their hand. Yep, there's Food Prodigy. I kind of want to just Shady here. I think I'm going to. My thought process is, even if they have other tributes, at the very least, it's going to cut them off from hitting over my entire board, unless they have exactly 3 tributes. Yep, there's Cleaning Prodigy. That's fine. Do they have more? No? Please no one more. Please not one more. Yeah, all right. We're in this. We're so in this. All right, we're going to lose our Ripple Laser, which is totally fine, because we have another one. And that's going to get out it anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about. Thankfully, we did shuffle back one of the Ripple Lasers already. Oh, Spread Bomb is so tempting. I am going to go... We're going to go... I don't know why I did that. We're going to... How many options do I have in Grave? 0. Okay. So I need to go Spread Bomb here. Okay, so there's something live back there. I'm going to go Option... Pop this. It is another Shady. Now, the weird part here is I have to try to find a way to get another option in the grave. Yep, that does it. That does it. We're good. Let's go Option again. That is exactly what I was hoping for. A third option. Okay. Okay, so now... Oh, I'm so tempted to out my entire board just to make full custom, but I know that's a bad plan. So we're going to send you and you back. God, I wish I had an extra monster zone. We sent the Power Meter and the Shiny Shady, which sucks. God, I want to make full custom so badly right now. I can just out their entire board and save the beginning for next turn. I think I'm going to do that. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? I know that's... Okay. I was like, I know that's the Aqua Trap. Why did I do that? What is that? I have legitimately no idea what that card is. All right, we out of their full board. We're at 39, so the likelihood of us dying is not super high. I am just completely at a loss for what that back row is. I'm really thinking it's the new Aqua Trap, but I feel like they should have activated it. Down comes Nuvia. This is their last one, I'm pretty sure. Abyss Soldier. Okay, that's pretty bad. It's actually not bad if they send Ripple Laser back. Send the Cure Prodigy. Oh my god. All right, so now we have our Ripple Laser back for next turn. That's pretty good. So long as they don't kill us here, we're golden. Tribute both for Dying Keto. I assume they're going to draw one. Reveal Cornful Charity. That's really devastating for us. Draw 2, discard 1. Oh, no, is it draw? Oh, place 1. Okay, that's fine. I would like an Overrush Storm, please. This is actually totally fine. That is probably Shady back there. Cyber Serpent. All right, we're going to go Spread Bomb. We're going to force out that second back row. Or not. That doesn't seem to be anything, actually. I'm actually going to send the Cyber Serpent because it's kind of doing nothing for us here. And I fear that back row so hard. Buffered Slime. That makes more sense, actually. All right, down comes Vic Viper beginning. Beginning, we're going to send you and you to summon out both options. I think we're just going to contact Fuse away for full custom. So now my question is that negate attack? And if it is, I will cry. Where's my Ripple Laser? Oh, this is not option yet. I got scared for a second. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Ripple Laser full custom feels pretty good. They've got 5 cards left in deck. We're going to shrink this. And pray to God it's nothing. It's simply nothing. It's simply nothing. All right. They've got 5 cards left in deck. 400 life. Can they defeat my large cards? They have to kill me this turn or they lose the game. Because they have 1 card left in deck. Oh my God, this is getting so close. I love Rush. I love Rush. I love Rush. I love Rush so much. I love Rush so much. I'm sorry. I'm just giddy. Yeah, we take it. I wonder what they drew there at the end. That was a fun one. Let's run it again. I probably could have played that better. I'm still kind of learning the deck. Definitely, I am not a Gradius master. I just like the deck. It's fun. Into Yuga. All right. Some nice variety today. Skill links. That's fair. Although, not really for me. I just add cards to my extra deck. It's funny. This is a really solid going second hand. I appreciate this very much. I would like a back row removal. That'd be pretty nice. Also, I gotta add a game mat and some sleeves to this deck. I really want to, oh, my throat. I really want to get the Gradius mat, the one that changes, just because I think it's fun. It's fitting. It's a good looking mat. All right, they're going to set 3, 1 back row, 2 back row. Okay, they set the whole thing. You know, I can just make full custom here, and I'm kind of tempted to do so. Let's reveal. Avarice, Shady, Multiple. That sucks. I'm going to grab the beginning for next turn and then put these all on the bottom. So I think the play, we're going to go Lord British. We're going to get British. Gradius to the grave is kind of weird. Let's go Multiple here. Multiple send. We're going to change the battle position to something. Second Gradius to the graveyard. High Strange Witch. You're getting punched for 10 billion. Summon up this Gradius option. We'll go Vic Viper full custom. And we're going to walk straight diddly smack into a negate attack. And I'm going to feel like a dummy. It's going to be okay. Option comes down. We'll go option. Boost up. I actually am going to summon this Vic Viper beginning just to like get some more damage on the board. And swing it and pray. Oh my God. Hold. They're down to 100. Fuck. I can't beat the cat. Damn it. All right. They're down to 100. God, I love this deck. I love you full custom. Set Pot Agreed. Okay, so this is a very dangerous turn for us. But I don't know if they can easily out 2 3200s. What attributes do they have in the graveyard? They have Water and Earth. They're going to add Magician and Fusion. They already have a Witch in hand. They're going to send a Magical Stream because that literally does nothing for them right now. They have an 8-card hand to play with. So this Witch is going to go crazy mode. Actually, I think they can out our board because they can go Charmy Witch into like pierce over one of our guys and then probably punch over the other one. I mean, it depends if they have a... Yeah, they definitely have a cat in hand. It was like, what are they talking about? Fusion comes down for Charmy Witch. They still only have 2 attributes in grave. So 7's Road is only going up to 29? No, 27. I can't do math. 3K. I still can't do math. They should have done the Charmy Witch first to try and get an additional attribute, but it doesn't matter too much. They're going to run over our full custom. Oh, they just have a 7's Paladin. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Actually, if they don't have another summon in hand and our beginning sticks around, we're kind of golden. Yeah, it's a very big guy. This is 2K. Even if this guy punches in, they can't kill us. Ooh. I assume they're going to out... Either they try to kill me here by punching into the beginning, or they're just trying to... Okay. I think this is death? By 100? Yeah. 300. Okay. Well, that happened. All right. Moral of the story. Just don't summon beginning there. Just keep it in hand. There was no reason for me to do that. I do want to run one more because that felt very anticlimactic. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing 3 duels for each of these videos, but nah. I just like Rush. It's just a lot of fun. Into Tiger. Okay. 3 different decks today. I'm feeling good. This is, in my opinion, one of the best decks in the entire format. So we'll see how we stack up to it. Hand's looking good for going second, not really for going first. We're going to Power Capsule red here. I want to try to get a Ripple Laser on board. We have an option. I can go double Ripple Laser, and I think I might. Let's get option. Put these on the bottom. We'll go Gradius. Multiple. Get a card in the graveyard. That's not what I wanted to see. Go Ripple Laser. Can I mill even if I don't have... I can. Okay. Nice. I wanted to get mills into the graveyard for Freed next turn. I think it's actually better for me to do this and then pass on that. So Freed is online for next turn. We're drawing 4. I'm feeling okay, even though we are into a really powerful deck. The big thing here is I do not want to leave monsters in defensive position to get pierced over for like 5,000 damage. Because Divine Breath is just like an insane card. We'll see how this goes, though. My monsters having really small defense stats into this deck specifically does kind of scare me, but it might end up being okay. We'll see. Trombo comes down. They're going to mill 2. Them milling a Battle Ballet is nice for me. They're going to discard the Botan to draw a card. Actually, did they mill Ensemble Fighter? Okay. They're going to swap our Ripple Laser to defense. Still have a 5-card hand to work with. Tribute over for Digistune. Okay. It's going to get 32. Going to go to 32, rather, I should say. My brain is moving at like 10 million miles an hour right now. I'm sorry. I'm just having fun. Ooh, Divine Breath. Divine Breath comes down. They can't kill me here. So I'm feeling okay about this. Unless that's Battle Ballet. If they have Battle Ballet and they have 5 in graveyard, then I might be dead. We'll see. The Miracle Fusion, believe it or not, is a very good card. All right, set 2, pass. All right, so this Divine Breath doesn't even have piercing, I don't think. Yeah, they're going to hit for 5. I'm feeling in a really good position here. We're going to go Spread Bomb, send the multiple. We're going to pop one of these back rows. Ooh, Recital. And then we're going to go multiple effect, mill and change. We're going to go Ripple Laser. Now, here's the real question. Do they have a Battle Trap? Because this Freed's going to come down, and he's going to blow this Divine Breath up. We're going to shuffle back Beginning and Lord British. I'm going to set the Shiny Shady. Is that negate attack? Jury! Jury's out! It's not! They got 1,000 life points, but we were in a very similar position last game, and I still lost because I summoned a 1,200 attack monster. However, this time I do actually have back row to maybe kind of deal with this. And unlike spellcasters, Warrior does not have very good access to back row removal. This deck kind of has to utilize Ensemble Bullfighter and its fusion to make these plays, so there's a very real chance they just can't out the Shiny Shady before it matters. Speaking of Shady, there it is on their end. Down comes the Ensemble Bullfighter. This only stops Battle Trap, so I'm not actually too afraid of this right now. It's just when they go for the fusion that I do start to fear. Here comes the Botan. I'm assuming that's another fusion. Oh, no, they just had it in hand. Okay. I am going to Shady this. The problem with me shadying this is this thing has 2,900 defense, and I can't really out that easily. But I am going to Shady it. I want to gain some life. Now, if they do the smart play and don't do anything else, I can't kill them. Okay. Yeah, that's the smart play. Power Meter. Oh my god. Do I win the game here? Do I have red in graveyard? I think I do. Oh my god. Okay. Power Meter. Put you on the bottom. Add option. Fusion summon. Make full custom. We win the game. We win the game. What an insane top deck. Oh my lord. God, this deck rocks. Punch this guy for 10 bajillion damage. Let's go. This deck just makes me so giddy. It's so much fun. Let's hop back to the deck profile screen. I want to talk about it a little bit more. All right, we're back with the deck, and it's got weaknesses for sure, but damn, is it fun to play. I really just cannot get through like a session of playing Gradius without just getting a giant smile on my face. I don't think this list is perfect. I think there's definitely things that you can do to both personalize it for yourself or maybe even just make it generally better. I'm really not sure if Overrush Storm is the play for spell trap removal, but being able to shuffle back the Ripple Lasers is really, really nice. And also just getting like your beginnings and Lord British back it's really helpful with how much this deck puts into the graveyard. But all in all, like, this deck is just fun. Bottom line, it's fun. And like, really, what more could you really ask for? I love modern Rush deck design. I really hope we get more of them in Rush Dueling soonish. Although I understand for power level reasons, we can't get all of them. I am in love with this deck. Power Meter is a phenomenal card, as you saw in that final game, but like you saw in the first game, it doesn't do anything going first. So while I wish I could do a little bit more with this deck, and while I do think there are some substitutes that maybe make the deck a little bit better, it does still suffer from the fact that it does not have a skill to kind of lean back on. It has to just work with what it's given. And granted, when it's given is pretty good. It just has a hard time standing up with the crazy consistency of a lot of the other decks in the format. That said, it is a relatively cheap deck to build. Most of these cards come out of the singular box that is the Contact Fusion box. I think the only exception really being the Shiny Shady and the Legend spells and traps. So it's an easy deck to pick up as well, which, you know, I love when Duel Links is cheap. I love when this game is cheap. But that is going to be it for me today. Next one will probably be Bubble Actress, even though I don't really like that deck that much. It still seems interesting enough to like kind of walk through, and I do at the very least want to get some experience with it because it is a new deck in the new box, and there hasn't really been a Rush deck that I've actively disliked yet, except for Gaia. The Gaia issue was not because the Gaia cards are uninteresting. It's because it was released at a point in time when it should not have been released with a skill that it should not have had. That is my issue with Gaia, not that the cards are boring. So we'll see. I don't know when that's going to go up. There might be a different video going up between now and then. But regardless, I want to thank you all so much for sticking around to the end of the video. I appreciate it so much. I kind of want to try to hit 100 subs by the end of the year. I don't know if that's possible, but I would really like to see it happen. It would be really cool. It would help me get to this weird goal that I set for myself to hit affiliate on Twitch and 100 subs on YouTube in the same year. So that'd be pretty neat. That said, though, I do want to thank you all again for sticking around and supporting me throughout this year. There's probably still going to be another video or two before the year actually ends, but next year I've got a lot of plans for videos and stuff and for stream things. I want to be a little more consistent with getting this stuff done, like I said in the last video. So this is kind of just like another step in that direction of trying to be a little more consistent, even if it is just a video a week. That is going to be it for me today. If you check out my other stuff, I really appreciate it. But I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.